All right, here we go. Working again, man. Working again. I'm here for the hair. That's right. That's right. Working man's hair here. We don't care about looking pretty around here, okay? We ain't Hollywood movie stars. I don't have I don't know, what do you call it, a hairstylist or whoever on set, okay? All right. Just a redneck fixing some Z15s, okay? um so we're back out here in the garage again today after working at Terra all day. So it's the weekend. I'm gonna crank out a lot of this weekend. We call yeah, it's a long trip to come from Florida to Missouri. Um, but no, secured a 100 Z15 order with a deposit. So we have 30 days to get 100 of these up and going. And if the customer's happy, he says he'll do 100 every month for the next 5 months. So real happy about that. What did you do at Terra today? That's classified. I'm not at liberty to discuss top secret data center stuff. All right, top secret. G14 classified. If you get movies, you know what that's from. But yeah, doing some more Z15s. Some of these I saved this one. You can see some of the caps in here. And then here's the board. You can see the board is El Tosto, okay? And that happens. There's some of these around here. But Luke can still salvage, some of these MOSFETs over here and some of the chips. So it makes for good parts boards, good donor boards. So like testing the machines, it takes a while. Like this particular machine right here, I only got one good board from it. 2 boards were bad. That burnt one being one of them. So I have one good one. So what I'll do is I have like a couple of I have two cases for boards that I just I'll refill and keep using. Like I'll just find one. Like this case has one good one. So when I find 2 more good ones, I'll throw them in there, set it off to my good pile, right? And then I have another case when I fill it with bad boards, it goes in my truck and it goes to the storage unit to go on the pallet, right? To go off to Luke. IRS. Oh man. Frank wouldn't like me talking about that hobbyist. He definitely would fire me. Sounds like a whole lot of nothing. Doing just doing some networking. So I know you don't have any experience running 100 gig fiber and managing an actual data center, networking, overview. So I'll let that sink in. All right. So I got one over here I'm testing over here on the bench. We're making some progress though. We're making progress. You can see here that the pile's getting a little bit smaller. She's getting a little smaller, right? We've done about 20 something machines so far, like 20. So we're just starting. I mean, if Mikkel, if you have Cisco or MikroTik experience, you let me know, man. All right, I could maybe use you. So, but yeah. So let's get this one turned on. We're gonna get another one cracking open here. This one over here, it looks like the fan, connector got squished. So I'm just gonna toss one on just so it boots up. Right. All right. So all those boards turn on. We're going to toss the firmware in there. Get this guy cranking. Now I need to find one that has a power supply connected to it. So let's find one of those to test. Probably to get some of these ones in the front here. Take a look at this guy. A couple of the cables are disconnected here, but they don't look to be damaged. Should be. There we go. One more cable. All right. Let's see if this guy turns on. Probably won't. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, my luck on this pallet has been great, dude. I got 12 so far for me, and I think there's like 15 for Luke. So we're doing like 50-50 right now. I'm really happy with the split. This is yeah, and all these ones both of these ones turn on too. So I mean, now that doesn't mean that all the ASIC chips work. We're going to test that right now. But so far they're all, if they turn on, that means that there's no short. If there's a short, the ASIC, the control board won't turn on, right? It'll just not even power on. So that's a really good sign. All right, let's get my other laptop over here. Need to go get the do the IP report here. We're at .140 for the first one. So what do you do when a screw strips and you need to change the thermal paste? I'm in this situation. Like, oh man, you stripped a screw like on the hash board. Yeah, I've had a couple of those, Mikkel, where it's like a pinched fan cord and it like grounds out. And I had a short being created by that too. That does happen every so often. It's rare, but I've had those. Those are kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. But if you have, I've never had a thermal. I've never had to remove a screw, but to me, it's like you probably want to tap it because you're going to want to back it out, and you're going to want to buy another screw from like Thanos if it's on the hash board, because you're going to want that even pressure, right? You on the hash board when you're doing the thermal paste. So I would get a tap and die set and try to remove the screw. Be real gentle with it. I have yet to have. I mean, in some of these Z15 screws are, a little rusted. So I mean, they come right off though. So I mean, all right. This one's rebooting. The first one's rebooting right now. The second one's turning on, and we're just about to get into it. So I'll get over here on my Mac, and oh, I'm not on the right freaking network. Ah, dang it. But Maybe I'll just hang out today. I run the T-Mobile hotspot for my garage just to keep the ASICs just on their own network. All right, let me see what this one's doing here. This one is okay. This one's not looking good. There is a board that needs to be fixed. It does have only one ASIC chip being picked up. So this one, the middle board needs to be yanked out, and we're gonna see what happens with the other two boards if they perform at their level. I don't run it very long because a lot of this stuff's really dirty. It's really clogged up, and I just need it to run just for a few minutes just to make sure that it hashes, correctly. And then once I get that down, then I'll make my decision. Hey, what's up, Yusuf? I mean, I wouldn't Dremel it because you want to tap it and like unscrew it. So and then this way you can just go to like Thanos mining and just buy a new screw. You know what I mean? I wouldn't use a Dremel. I mean, that would be a very last resort. That'd be super last resort. Okay. It looks like the other two boards are performing at what they're supposed to do. So now that this machine right next to me was a partial with one good board, now we have two good ones. So we'll take the good ones out, put them in this one, screw the back in, set it in the pile for good boards. Get this, undo this fan. I just grab a fan, I just leave it hanging, just to test with, for the time being. This one had a broken fan cable on it. So let's see here. This workbench, just like a huge long workbench, and now it's just full of crap. And now it's just like I need a bigger workspace, which seems unrealistic. But okay, so right, the middle one is the crappy one. But yeah, we're just hanging out, working out in the garage today. See what this one's doing here. You don't want to run them too long because they might be overheating. So okay, this one, it picks up all three boards. But it only detects two of them. So it picks it up at first, but there's no chips. So it looks like chain 2 on this one in the middle also has problems. But the other two boards are doing like 160 kilohash. So that's good enough for me. So another partial fix. It goes faster for me when I'm troubleshooting. If they're either just bad or good, right? Because then I can just set things in piles. Now I have to unscrew stuff, move things around. So this is just the part that just takes the longest, right? So I got to get through 120 of these, 117 or 19. Yeah, 117. because 2 of them were on fire. And I got to get those out and shipped out to Luke. And see, look, we're blowing stuff out. There we go. All right. Got one good working machine. Pretty happy about that. Got another good working one. Needs to be cleaned and all that stuff, but at least all the boards work as they should. So this is just me going through the whole pile and just doing initial diagnosis. Just going to go through every single machine. And then next week, I'll start cleaning these, repasting these, make sure the control boards are good and all that stuff. Testing them, you know what I mean, for about 12 hours each. King, I got this Octa server for Vast AI. Will I get ranted all the time? Max said he rents 2 weeks without. Yeah, sometimes it takes a couple weeks to get going. The more cards you have, you kind of want a minimum of like 440 90s in there. I got 8 and I'm pretty consistently rented 24/7. So that's a good unit. Now we have this empty one here, so we're going to shove these crappy boards in this one. So when I'm doing the crappy boards to Luke, I take everything off the machine. We take off the control board. Put that in our control board box. Take off the fan. And this is our broken one. You can see it's completely smashed. It's already messed up. So, but actually, I want that grill though. Give me back that grill. It's a good grill still. So, put that in our fan box. Put that in the fan box and blow that off. Boom. Now we just need one more crappy board, and we have another one for Luke, which I believe we have one in here. Okay. All right. Now it's number 2 that was crappy. Okay, no problemo. Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, is like I mean, yeah, you could just port limit. Just do quality service on the port and just say it could do like 100 and 100 down, whatever you want it to be. If you guys are trying to limit your VAS, you're doing it wrong. I've never had to limit my download and upload. I don't underclock anything. It makes tons of money just doing what it's supposed to do. You guys keep messing with everything and always want to limit it. I don't understand it. Just let it ride. You'll make plenty of money and be very happy. Oh, better blow this one out. Oh, man. Look at that one. Whew, that one's caked. There we go. Another one for Luke. Need to get a, there we go. Get a Luke. But I mean, you could turn off bandwidth sharing in Salad and you still get rented. I don't like Salad. It's too off and on for me. It's not really worth the squeeze. It's not worth it if you're trying to make like an actual return on your investment. And if you're doing AI, you want multiple cards, not just one. Market's too saturated for one card anymore for AI. You definitely want a minimum of 4. Yeah, I didn't get rented for a whole month on Salad. I don't like Salad right now or really anymore, so I'm off Salad. All right, there we go. Get another one out here. Let's give her a good shake. No loose parts in here. Okay, that's always good. Data cables are all hooked up. All right. All right, control board turns on. Start plugging in some of these hash boards here. We'll do it one at a time. Okay, unit turns on. Plug in another one. Turns on. And all 3 turn on. All right. Heck yeah, we like that. Let's go ahead and flash the firmware on there. Go find one with the power supply. This one's looking like it's in rough shape. I bet you it's all dead, but we'll see. She's looking like she needs some love. Let's see here. All the fan cables are plugged in, data, powers, everything's all good. Guess we'll just see what happens. Whoa, man. This one's real dirty, nasty. All of it lights up. Wow. That is nuts. All right. Get the firmware on this guy. Let's get these two booted up. Okay. This one has firmware. Plug into this one. Boom. There we go. Bam. This one actually has like brand new fans on it. There's like no dust on these ones. Brand new grills. PSU has a brand new grill, or it is a new PSU. All right, 147. Monitor configuration. All right, this one's flashed over here. We'll get this one spun up. All right. Got my pull information on the first one. Now we're going to flash it to the newest firmware. We did an SD card recovery. And then I got in, put my pull in. Now we're upgrading it to the newest C15 firmware. So the first one in like the next minute will boot up. Now we need to do an IP report for the second one. And it is 107. 107. Hey, Panda, what's up, man? So get the pool information in. Boom. Save that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I'm working a little bit. I'm trying to pay attention to that. All right, hey, we'll catch you later, man. Later, Mikkel. Thanks for hanging out. I'm just worried that if it's going to be rented at all this time, Sub Panda, I'm spending $5K on this machine. It better be rented. Yusuf, you realize that there is no GPUs in that server, right? You have to put GPUs in there. It's just an empty server. It just has epics in it. You know that, right? You need to go buy 4090s. Okay. So this one's back up. It's going through its boot cycle now, the first one, and I'm peeking to see. Okay, first one, bad news. 2 boards, it boots, but it has no chips. So only one board has chips, which is going to go into this machine next to me, and then we're going to have 2 dead boards again. So another partial, right? But, it is what it is. We'll wait for it to see. We'll see, because sometimes it gets a false reading, and it'll say 3 chips, but then like the other chip, when it tries to mine, it'll just like kick off. So we need to see if it actually produces a hash rate. Nice, Yusuf. You're gonna have 44090s in there, man. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. All right. Little worried. It's underperforming a little bit. I'm thinking that this machine just may need to go to loop. So I'm going to double check. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I'm going to see if it gets above 98 kilosouls. If it doesn't get above 98, 100 for a little bit, then I'm going to probably kick it over to loop. And I'm going to let him. It's probably one of the cores is not turning on. I mean, not at the beginning, Yusuf. You are going to need, it takes like 2 or 3 days just to build your reliability. It takes a little time, Yusuf. Don't be scared. You're going to have a couple times not being rented, okay? But more often than not, I'm rented, all right? And don't set unrealistic prices either. The higher your prices, like if it's out of this world, you'll never be rented, right? Okay, this one I don't think. I think one of the cores is dead. It's not dead, but I think there's something wrong with the power delivery because it's not getting above like 90 some kilosouls, and it just won't reach that 100 mark, which tells me that one of the cores is not performing, probably due to power delivery issues. So this whole unit here is actually going to get shipped down to Luke. Which Luke's, he likes that when I say that because then he has work. He doesn't want me having a bunch of machines that I can fix. Okay. That's my power supply I keep reusing. So now we're going to disconnect all the boards. You can disconnect the fans. There we go. And then our fan box. Now we're taking off the front plate here. We're going to keep the front plates. Take off the control board. Put that in the control board box. And now we just have a nice shippable square box that protects our hash boards. I've tried different boxes and foam and cutouts and everything, but I think this is probably the best solution. It gets dusty in here. It gets dirty. And our other ASIC is not happy right now. Okay. We're going to let it cool off because it's kind of overheating right now. And I wasn't paying attention, so we're going to let it cool off for a minute. All right. Let's get another one. Okay. Well, that still looks to be okay. Two cables came unplugged, but not a big deal. We can always. Oh, this one's plugged in the wrong spot. So I'll tell you a little secret on most of the Antminer ones. The E9 is different because it has two boards. But typically, okay, on your control board here, okay, this one is board 1. This one all the way over here is board 2. And then the one underneath right here is chain 2, all right? So chain 0, 1, and 2. That's how it should be if they're plugged in correctly. So this one was not, but that's all right. So the first thing I do, this one didn't come with the power supply, is I'm going to just plug it into the control board, and I just want to see if the control board turns on. It's pretty rare that the control boards from this era goes bad. They're pretty resilient. Yep, works just fine. Now we'll plug this guy in over here. We'll start plugging in the hash boards one by one. First hash board turns on. Ooh, second one is dead short. Second one's no good. And then third one also turns on. So two dead shorts, or no, one dead short right here. Turn it back on. We'll let it do. I'm putting the firmware on with the SD card. So a lot of times with these is pretty much all of them. I don't know the password, so I just do the SD card recovery. Then I reflash to the newest firmware and so on. Me, dude, it's hot today. So you remember like last week it was like negative 2 or something. Okay, at night. Do you know how hot it is today? It's like 70 today. It's hot out here. Like I want to say it's like too hot that I don't like it, but I would say it's just a regular nice sunny day. So all right, let's plug in our other one that was kind of overheating a little bit, and let's see if we can't get it to hash correctly. And here, I'm going to blow it out a little bit too. Maybe help it out a little bit. If anybody says that your hands can stay clean while you're working on ASICs, they're lying to you, okay? I've worked on them all the time. It's always dirty. Unless they're coming out of immersion, but then it's just liquid everywhere. Unless you got the 2-stage immersion, then that's different. But that's really expensive. Okay, our second one's coming back up here. I'm thinking that I might have to reseat. Sometimes in these older Antminers, the SD card gets like gummed up with dirt and stuff, and sometimes you gotta taking in and out to get it to read it. So okay, 479. We just started to peek at that, but I want to see it for at least like a minute that all the boards do hash correctly. It's this unit is definitely going to need a repaste. Oh yeah, she's good enough. She's definitely gonna need a repaste though. She's not happy, but she works, which that's all that matters. She needs a little buff and shine, and she'll be good as new. All right, put this one off to the side. All right, we got another one with a power supply here. Make sure all of our cables are hooked up and not damaged and stuff. If there's any nicks or cuts, just need to replug in the control board one and it should be good to go. Okay, well, it looks like the PCIe plug got a little tiny smushed. Not really. See if I can't persuade it a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Boom. I don't like that. Okay, that one's not flashing the firmware, so that sucks. Ooh, you're missing out, Luke. Another unit just turned on. A whole unit did, dude. This is turning out pretty good for me. Pretty good. We're gonna do the old Nintendo trick. You know what I mean? You got to blow in there, you know, in the little SD slot. I'm gonna hold it while it's there. I'm gonna have to hold it for probably like 2 minutes. All right. So this one turns on. We're trying to flash this guy here. Now, if this one doesn't flash again because I'm holding the actual SD card all the way in, then the control board's probably bad. I have yet to come into. I haven't had a bad control board yet from this batch. Not yet. But it does happen. Or maybe the SD card slot is bad. You know what I mean? It's rare, but oh, you know what? I think that's why. Hold on. We have a malfunction here. That's why it's being all shitty with me. Oh, I see. I see. Wasn't paying attention. So it will air out even in the boot for the SD card if you have a bad fan. The bottom fan isn't spinning. It's bad. So we're going to go get our trusty little test fan here. We're just going to plug it in on the side just to get it to turn on. And then, yeah, we'll just, let her rip. Panda, hey man. Oh, Panda with a question. He asked me, what's the process of packing a pallet of ASICs for freight shipping? How will you be packing it for the client? I'm curious, big order like this for packing, never done it myself. Okay. So what I'm going to do is man, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. All my ASICs that I sell, they come in boxes, and they're like pretty much the size of the Z15, right? I got 2 of them right now. They were for sale, but Big Bolt Mining just bought them. Okay, but you can see that this box is, I put bubble wrap all around it and on the top of it, and the power supply sits like on the side right here, and it's just perfect, like right next to each other. There's like no only enough wiggle room just to take it out of the box. So this is also 200-pound tested, heavy corrugated cardboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pallet up all of these guys, all these boxes here. We're gonna do 50 on a pallet. So it'll be 2 pallets of 50 heading overseas. You might want to get with Harry on that. He might not have to let you pay tariffs, Yusuf. Dude, it's still not flashing the firmware. Really? All right. Just hey, when you got a loose span, just be careful. Don't put your finger in it. Okay, it'll really hurt. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, now that we got the fan to work though, I'm just going to hold it in the slot again. I'm going to try to get it to go here. Come on. I don't really want to do a control board replacement. I'll probably put this one on the side. Yeah. SD card slot's bad or the control board is bad. Either one is not working right now. So that's a huge pain in the butt for me. So we'll move on to the next unit here that I have on the shelf. We'll get rid of this test fan. This one needs to go in the pile. Well, shit, whatever. I'll just do the damn freaking swap real quick. Just unplug all this crap. Because see, I already flashed this control board with the firmware because I flash everything that I'm doing. So this has my pool information and everything already on it. So should just line right up. So here, get this unplugged. All right, there we go. Okay. Let's get the front panel off. All right. Control board, I don't know if it's bad. I'm going to clean it and I'll test it later and I'll confirm it's not working, but I'll set it off to the side. And now I'm going to use a good known working control board. Now, what's nice about this is I don't have to flash any firmware. I don't have to do anything, right? Because I already flashed all this stuff. So I should just be able to plug it in and it should just work. We are going to have to plug in that crappy test fan again, though, because the one fan's bad. Not a big deal. No problem. Okay. So we'll plug it back in. Plug in an Ethernet, and she should just boot. That one's flash now. There we go. She's flashed. Now we got 2 of them coming up. All right, so you're going to do an IP report. 147. There we go. She's booting up. And now we need to do an IP report for this guy. 132. There we go. Send the pull information for the one we did flash. And this one should start going here in a minute. If it takes a long time like this, that usually means that some of the chips are bad. So let me go look at the log. Yeah, it looks like the first chain, even though it turns on, it has no chips. So that's bad. And then it also looks like the second chain turns on but doesn't have chips. So I did all that work just to give it to Luke. So poo-poo board, no problem. Put our control board back in our control board box. And now we need to flash the firmware for this guy. We put our pull information in there. Get that going. Okay. You guys probably got a bunch of stuff. Okay, King, I'm ready to buy now. Quit the live stream and make this. Okay. What's my fascination? I mean, I don't know. I get them for a really good price. You just can't beat it, man. Like, it's look, if I was able to like sell L3s, I would just go buy those. You know what I mean? L3s are, I can't get them super competitively. But the Z15s, man, I get these no problem. And the thing is, though, is like, look, man, like not a lot of people talk about Equihash. I feel like it's just overlooked. You know what I mean? Because, and I know the market's down and it's not making money right now. I get it. Yeah. But when the market's up, though, okay, like most people aren't making money profit right now with their Bitcoin miners anyways. Okay. So it's like when the market is up, these Z15s, they make good money and they don't cost that much to buy. I think Brandon sells them for me for like $500. You know what I mean? I do huge bulk discounts to the guy that I'm selling them to. So yeah, it just works out for everybody. No, Matt. I sold these. I sold a batch of 100. Confirmed money, half down, already confirmed, already got the money in the account. Confirmed he's getting 100 in 30 days. Oh, we got another one that works. What, dude? This is nuts. Man, Luke, your pile is going to be real little at this rate. It's going to be a whole lot of work for me. All right. Oh, there we go. Here's the crappy one I got to get sent off to Luke here. Oh, well, I mean, if you're ready to buy, Yusuf, just communicate with Harry and Chili, and they'll help you, okay? Trust me, they'll take care of you. You just got to be patient, all right? Okay, just talk to those guys, and they'll tell you where to send everything, okay? All right. This fan was good. The bottom fan was crappy. But we'll take the grill, then we'll chuck the fan. Yeah, and I guess we'll blow out all this crap. All right. Okay, so that's another good one. We like that. We like that. Another good unit. Not even that dirty either. It's pretty clean. All right. This one, I'm probably leaning on that it's broken because this one didn't even have the back on it. No back piece. But, I mean, the control board's brand new, but I don't have much faith in this one. Somebody's already obviously opened it to work on it. So, usually when that happens, it's usually not very good news. So, see if the control board turns on here. Like, don't worry, Yusuf, man, dude. They have plenty of stuff that they can sell you. Okay, well, the control board's already broken. It doesn't turn on. There's no lights. I just only have the board plugged in. So the control board's busted. Let's just take one of these out. And it rode on the truck this way. This was on the top of the pallet. This one was on the very top. I'm probably just going to send this one to Luke. Oh yeah, one of them's burnt in the middle. I see a bunch of black crud in there. One of them went kaboom. So, I guess we'll take the data cables from this because the data cables are still good. The control board is completely broken. So we'll take these. Just have extras. Can't hurt. And we'll take the fans off because they work. But yeah, other than that, let's put a back panel on this and get this one all shipped off to Mr. Luke. Now, oddly enough, A lot of these units are core scientific, but I am finding some other units mixed in there. Some foundry ones, some foundry digital. So, well, boom, you're dead. And don't worry, I got like 50 freaking control boards in there. I salvage all the parts, man. I take apart everything and keep everything, dude. And if it works, I'm keeping it. I probably have the most Z15 parts on hand of anybody in the US. Let's get a nice back panel on here. Here we go. Get some screws. My control board's also dead. Oh, my brain. Well, I don't have those kinds of control boards. So, I mean, if somebody needs like Z15 parts, yeah, I mean, they pretty much have to come to me. But I'm not selling any parts really, unless like my previous customers of mine need them. This is all going to just building more good working units. I am keeping a stockpile. So far, though, 20 of the units on top of this pallet didn't have power supplies, which sucks. But I have already salvaged 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 power supplies, so that's pretty good. Power supplies are probably my biggest hit because they're the most expensive to replace. Okay, now we need to get another one. We're getting there, boys. We're almost through the original 47 of the first trip. We got another. Oh, we got a lot. I thought the pile is looking smaller, but we probably got another 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 15 more units to go. And then the original first 47 have been gone through and diagnosed, which is, I don't know, good. You know what I mean? I need to get all this done by this weekend. So, all right. Let's get this guy plugged in here. And the control board works. Let's see here. Boom. Boom. First hashboard turns on. You like that? Let's go for number 2. Let's go for number 2. Here we go. Number 2 is turns on. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Yeah, man, we're having some good luck today. Having some good luck. And then third hashboard, all turns on. So now we just need to take our little SD card. I'm going to flash our firmware again. and let it do its thing. So unfortunately, the company that picks up the pallets from me, they only come to my small town every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm arranging for a pickup to go to Luke on Tuesday. So I need to get all 117 diagnosed on the pallet, shrink wrapped, banded, ready to go before they come Tuesday. Hey man, what's up, buddy? What's up, Craig? What's going on, man? How you doing? It's yeah, it's good. So now that we got this one going, it's flashing. Let's find one that has a power supply. What I'm doing is I'm finding ones that don't have a power supply, and I have a good known power supply, and I'm just doing one of those at a time, and then I'm taking one that has a power supply connected to it and putting it on too. I'm trying to do two at a time. Let's find another one here. All right. Control board looks pretty new. Power supply looks pretty new. All the connections look not like they're cut up or anything. A couple data cables came out, but no problem. That's common. Just reconnect the data cables. We're going to make sure that the power cables are all good. Fans are all plugged in. All right, here's moment of truth. Let's see if this guy turns on. Oh, and she does. What? Woo. There we go. We like that. Like that. Let's get this one. We're going to flash this one now. That one's booting up. Now we're going to go to our IP reporter. I'm going to go get our IPs over here. Get our IPs going. All right, 142. There we go. Now we're going to put our pool information in, so when it reboots after the firmware update, it just starts mining to my wallet. And yeah, if you do buy one from me, it is configured to my wallet just like a Bitmain. So just, this is what I got to do just to test to make sure it works right? That's my excuse. All right, we're putting the newest firmware on this one. This one's flash now. We're going to take the SD card out. We're going to put the Ethernet in. Get it turned on. There we go. All right. Let's get our IP reporter going. One 122. Boom. This thing's kind of dirty from all the dust here. All right. Okay, pool's done. Let's get our firmware on there. All right, firmware's on the second one. All right, this one's just now starting to mine. It's spooling up. There we go. Whoa. It started at 420. Now we got to see what the average is, right? What it actually spools out to. But first one might be a savable unit here. And it's looking good today, man. It's looking good. Liking it. Hell yes. 443, man. We're good on this one. Wow. That's what we like to see, man. That's what we like to see. So now I just got to unhook my power supply I use because this one didn't come with the power supply. So this unit will cost me a little bit of money because I have to provide a power supply for it. But hopefully I can salvage enough power supplies from bad units to not have to eat that cost, right? All right. He's all unhooked. All right. This one's starting to mine now. Just starting up here. 497 at the initial peak. We might have two good units here. Nuts. Now, when I buy these pallets, okay, I spend, a good amount of money on these pallets, and it's as is. I don't get to see it. I don't get to test anything. I don't get to look at them. They're just a shrink wrap pallet of just, ASIC miners. That's it. There is no, you get the preview to see how many are good or bad or as is. $481, Luke. Holy shit, dude. That's on the real time, not the average. That's 481 on the real time. Woo! Silicon lottery on this guy. Silicon lottery. This one has the power supply, so it just needs a repaste and probably a little cleaned up and should be good to go. Okay, we got another unit here. Looks like a fairly clean control board. All the data cables are not plugged in. Concerning, but not a huge deal. It's not going to be a deal breaker, but let's get these plugged in correctly. This one goes here. And then this goes over there. This one goes here. There we go. Get my power supply. Let's go ahead and see if this one actually turns on. See if the control board lights up. And she does. It's gonna be hard to see me. There you go. You can see it. Boom. Control board's good. I'm going to try to give you a demonstration. We'll see if this one actually goes all the way through. So now I'm plugging in the first hash board by itself, okay? Okay, see how it turns on there? It means there's no short, okay? That's good. Well, there could be a short and it could start catching fire, but that's usually a good indicator that there's not a short. So that's a good initial indicator. Okay, now... Okay. We got two boards. Two boards are good. Let's get the third and final board on there. Okay. Third and final board. Okay. So all three boards light up. That's good. Now you got to use this because I can't get in. I don't know their password. Okay. So we're going to do this. Well, Panda, that's because you get all the brand new shit all the time. You're just a spoiled little baby. So we're gonna wait and see. Hopefully, this should go blank, and then it should. Oh, see, it went blank. Now you gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Come on. Now it's flashing. I wait for 5 flashes. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now turn it off. Now you take this out. Okay. Now my Ethernet won't reach that far, but now you plug in the Ethernet and turn it on for real and do the IP report. That one's on now. Let's find one with a power supply to go next to it. All right, let's see here. Couple cables unplugged, no big deal. No nicks. So this needs to get plugged back in, not a big deal. Okay, we got 2 cables that came out. Looks like, so we'll put this one here. And okay. Let's go ahead, turn this guy on. Let's see if it turns on. What? Turns on. What? Penn is just like, why does King get excited when it turns on for him? Because look, the least amount of work that I have to do to these things, the more money I make. If I have to ship it to Luke and ship it back to me and give it a power supply, I make a lot less money. If I have a power supply and it works and it just needs to be cleaned and repasted and the firmware flash, I make the most profit. So see, I get excited about that. Okay, I'm like DJ, okay? I'm about making money, all right? About making money, right? Gotta make that paper. So now let's do our IP report. Boom, IP report, bam. Let's get our pool configuration in there. All right, we did that. Saving, flashing on this one. 3, 4, 5. 5 flashes. I mean, dude, we've been rocking these things. I've been through like 30, 40 units, like probably 30 units, and we've only had 1 bad control board. That's pretty good. Okay, we got pool on this one. Let's go ahead. Let's upgrade the file here. Boom. Okay, updating firmware on this guy. And then I need to do an IP report on him. I'm gonna have to go get my son from JROTC. He's in a special program for JROTC called the Raiders, which is like more intense, I guess. It's what he wanted to do. They were like doing like high dives the other day with like pretend guns in their hands, as they jump into the pool and stuff. So it's cool, man. He likes it. Actually, that is my phone. What the hell is it? Oh. Speak of him, he's right here. Hey, buddy. Hey, what's up? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll come right now. Am I a little late? Okay. Just give me like 5 minutes and I'll be there. All right, bye. Well, I guess I'm a couple minutes late. Well, he's gonna have to wait till we get this other one. It's all right. He can go jog a mile or something, right? He gets bored. All right. This one's at 418 on the initial like startup. Now we're gonna see what the actual real time hash rate. There's real time and then average. I look at real time, so I'm waiting for the real time hash rate to get up to 420 ish, and then we'll be good to go. Flashing the firmware on the second guy. Here we go. Firmware on this one. This one's going. And we'll stop the pump because we're not going to do it anymore. All right. Might have a little bit of a problem. One of the boards is starting to overheat, which is going to cause it to reboot. So the one board that started underperforming was because it was overheating. So I'm going to say that that one's probably good. So that one will also go in my pile. We're going to wait for this guy to finish right here. He should be rebooting now from his firmware. So he's booting up right now. I can get on board. Yeah, Penny. You seem to think of. Well, I mean, Penny, you got piles of money. Don't this guy. Don't act like you're poor. This freaking guy. Yeah, exactly, Craig. Well, you got to think about this too. The guy's power rate that we're sending this to, he lives overseas, by the way. Okay, he lives in another country, and the power is like 2.8 cents, so or like 3 cents or something like that. So he could plug a toaster in and make money. Okay, all right, like at that power rate, I mean, it's you plug in anything and anything makes money. It doesn't really matter. So let's see here. I hear it starting to mine now. Okay, we're kind of getting there a little bit here. Temperatures are doing okay. Man, that's gonna be like 4 in a row, Luke, that go in my pile. I like that. It's been a good day, man. I'm almost through the initial 47 units. We got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. We got 15 more to go, which means that I've went through 32 units so far since I got these things. I've already been through 32 units. 425 right there. Boom. This thing's not even overheating. It's at 71C right now on the chips. That's perfectly fine. You could run this thing. You could mine on it right now. But really paste it. And I repaste this stuff with good stuff too. 12 watt per meter Kelvin thermal paste goes on this stuff. So it gets really good thermal paste on it. All right, boys. I got to head out. I got to go get my kid. He's waiting for me. I will catch you guys later. Maybe I'll stream over this weekend here and there when I'm kind of working. I go a little faster when I don't stream, so I'll probably keep the streams to like an hour on the weekend maybe, because I am trying to like hammer this out. I literally have to do this entire pile. Okay, here, I'll even drag this over here. This is my laptop. Like I have to do all these ASICs right here. Okay. I have to do all those ASICs before Tuesday. All right. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.